1, 2, 3. Welcome to the boys' room. I say that like I have girls. I don't. I only have boys. Come on. So this is the boys' room. I have two boys ages 8 and 11, and it's time to make up a room that can fit both of them and both of their needs. We're out of that toddler baby aesthetic. And if you've met my 8-year-old, he's very mature. He already let me know, don't make it too babyish, okay? But the best part is that I'm actually going to be surprising them with this room transformation. They are currently out of town with my husband, and so we have 3 days to get this done, sis. I feel like we can do it. I do have quite a few goals for this project. I want to be able to use this mattress in the room design, and this is a full-size bed, but I don't want to do 2 separate full-size beds because I don't want to take up a lot of the floor space. I also want to be able to give my 11-year-old a gaming setup in this room, but also leave space for my 8-year-old to play. You know, he's still into cars and Beyblades and those sorts of things. So I want to be able to give him room for his games when he has his friends over, because they can't Beyblade in my living room. It has to happen in here. Okay. I also want to be able to add some storage in this room, clothing storage specifically. 11-year-old clothes, they are big, okay? So I want to be able to give him more storage, then possibly get some toy storage for inside the closet. So let me show you what I've been thinking, and let's talk about these plans. Now, you know, I made a Pinterest board with some of the ideas that I'm drawing inspiration from. I will make this public with a link down below for you all to reference if you'd like it. I am trying to mix that blue that one son likes with the red that the other one likes, but do it in a color scheme that is not too babyish. Now, you're going to see a lot of bunk bed ideas here because that's what I've decided to do to keep enough space. But again, I want it to be cool, so I'm going to be adding things like LED lights and, you know, keeping it so that my preteen doesn't feel like he's trapped in a baby's room. We also discussed doing that gaming system for him, so you'll see some of those ideas on the board as well. Again, trying to like mesh design with functionality and also keeping in mind the ages that they are, because, you know, sometimes when you see a lot of these colorful rooms, they can read slightly on that baby side like this one. So even though I want to incorporate all of these different colors, the blues and the greens and the oranges and the reds, I don't want it to read babyish. So I found this room, which is a really good representation for how I can merge all of the colors but keeping it more mature. So I definitely save this one, girl. And the thing about Pinterest that I love is that they give you extra ideas. So I was able to find a close-up of how this room blended like the sports and the colors without it being sports everywhere, like sports threw up all over the room. You know what I'm saying? So I really love this. I really like the textures in the bedding as well as the textures in the rug. And then I also saw this one that brought in more of that natural elements to the room as well. So I'm going to save this one as well. And then the last picture that I saw is this one. So it has that diagonal paint situation that I'm trying to do with the darker wood tones as well. So again, if you want to see this board, it will be linked below for you. Let's hop over to Canva, where I put my plan of all of the items that I purchased. Everything I shopped online, y'all. So I'll link it all down below. It's mostly from Amazon. Shout out to them. Okay. And so I went ahead and pulled all of it together to make sure it was all cohesive. And then I also planned out the actual space. This is not to scale, but I do have the measurements for all of the walls, the windows, and the individual items that I purchased, just to make sure that nothing is crowded, everything is going to fit, so that this prep work will save me in the long haul. But now it's time to paint. But before I can get into painting, we gotta clear up this room because it's a lot of stuff in here. So let the real work begin. I am always team work smarter, not harder. So I'm about to pack all these books up and all that stuff off of that other bookshelf into the wagon to make life easier. Because who has time for 15 trips? Not me. I've cleared out everything except for the bed. Do you see how much that bed takes up? We had to change that. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm nervous about moving this bed, y'all, because if there's a spider or any creepy crawly that comes up out of this bed, it's just me here. If I find one, I'm coming back on camera because maybe you can give me the motivation that I need and not be a bia on camera. Lord, send help. It's more stuff under here. I got the room clean. I am tired. I have picked up 1,000 little things off the floor. You saw me struggle to move one of these. It's a storage bench basically that attached to the bed. I'm going to leave one in here. Hopefully, I think I'm going to line it up across that back wall once I'm finished. It creates extra seating area for your friends come over, but again, it's also storage, so we can store toys in here also. But that thing is heavy, girl, so I'm not moving it out and move it back in. So we're gonna leave it in the center of the room while we start taping up the walls. So you can see on this back wall how there's kind of like a nook or a recess that's created because of the way they designed the closet that comes out in an angle out this corner. We have this little recess here, right, that goes all the way to the window. So what I'm thinking is the rest of the room I'm going to do in the Swiss coffee color, but then for this little nook recess area is where I'm going to put the starless sky. So I think it's going to create a really nice ambiance right in that sleeping area to make it really clear, like, this is where you sleep. This is where you play. But because this recess doesn't necessarily match the side with the window, like that wall is flat, what I'm going to do is just like, I'm gonna pop in a Pinterest inspiration picture or a couple one that I'm drawing inspiration from. I'm gonna paint this wall completely blue. This wall will also be completely blue, but when I come over here, my arms hurt, girl. But for this wall, what I wanna do is take that blue color, like at a diagonal down here, so it transitions from sleep area to play, right? This is where we're putting the gaming setup. So I do want like it to transition diagonally, white, dark blue down at the bottom. I haven't decided whether I'm gonna take the dark blue all the way down to the other wall or just end it right here at the same line as that window. So we will decide once we start painting. I have a gallon of each color, so we should have more than enough paint. I was trying out this paint roller with the paint shield and it was the worst. It just sucked up so much paint and is the reason why I had to end up buying another gallon of the Swiss coffee. I eventually switched over to my Worcester paint roller, which I recommend so much more than this one. Isn't it so much brighter? Oh my gosh, love it. I did the half and half situation because remember we're going to do the blue there, and then we'll be done with painting. It is almost midnight. Is it almost midnight or is it past midnight?
Girl, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
Tomorrow is, well, I guess today is Thanksgiving. And I'm still painting. So I'm probably gonna wrap it up tonight and then do this tomorrow morning before I start prepping for Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah, so I'll catch you tomorrow. It's the next morning, everything looks really good. I definitely am gonna have to go and buy more paint to patch up that back wall where the closet is, but it's time to tape up and start the blue section. So let's go do some math. But first, coffee, because we had to make sure these lines are straight. Geometry was never my strong suit, okay? So we're gonna figure this out together. I have a see-through ruler that I used to use back in my cake making days for cutting fondant straight and all of that good stuff. I got a level, my tape, and my pencil. I'm just gonna take my time. I'm gonna use my ruler and my level and make sure I'm making a straight diagonal line. I'm gonna mark it out with a pencil and just take my time and tape it. So let's see how this goes. Not me, about to die. Let's get to work, let's get to work, let's get to... I'm really excited about this, if you can't tell. But we definitely need to touch up that wall. Today drained me. While I was in Home Depot deciding the paint colors, because we didn't do any swatches, this is hella unprofessional, but we're gonna love this color. Regardless of what goes on this wall, we're gonna love this color, okay? But while I was in Home Depot, I asked you all to help me decide between 3 different greens. Greens? It's early. I need to drink more coffee. Hold on. We were deciding between 3 different blues over on Instagram. I definitely wanted to go with a deep navy kind of color. So the 3 that we were choosing between, I'll put them up here on the screen somewhere. The first 2 leaned more on the gray side because I got them out of the gray section. But as some of you all mentioned, and I completely agree, they read a little bit too gray and a little bit more on the mature side. This is still a kid's room. If you're going to do color, I feel like the kids' room is where it should be. So I decided on Starless Night. It's a very pretty navy blue. still in that like deep blue gray undertone. So it's going to be a gorgeous color. I'm so excited to put it on the walls. Oh, I meant to go buy that bean bag. Tag. There's a bean bag. There's a bean bag I was supposed to pick up yesterday and I completely forgot. That is very similar to this color that's going to go into the room. Let's pray that it's still in stock when I go tomorrow, because today's Thanksgiving, so nothing's open. I'm sure Walmart's going to open. Hey Siri, is Walmart open today?
Walmart Supercenter Northwest is closed today.
What? I'm surprised. Ooh, that's gonna be so pretty. Ooh, that's pretty. I gotta show y'all on Instagram. It hasn't finished drying yet, but oh my goodness. I did it. I did it. I did it. I love it. It hasn't completely dried yet, so the blue is probably going to get a smidge bit darker. It is currently 11 o'clock. I gave myself until 12 to finish painting before I needed to start cooking this macaroni and cheese for Thanksgiving, right? There's two dilemmas. One, I'm thinking about adding a diagonal blue stripe over on this wall. You know, let me back you up so you can see. So I'm going back and forth. We know that I need to buy another like half gallon of that white paint, the Swiss coffee, to do another coat on this wall specifically, and then a few touch-ups everywhere else. But I have so much blue paint left that half of me is like, maybe just paint this wall blue too. But then I don't want it to be too dark. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that because the furniture that's going on this wall is a very deep, dark espresso color. So just kidding, ignore what I said. However, I might just paint that part blue though, like right above the door. I'm just gonna leave it alone. Let's stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. Stop playing. I saw Erin post this DIY wall art on her Instagram, and I immediately knew I had to do it when I found these $10 frames from Michael's. So this whole project cost me less than $50. It was amazing. After decluttering everything that was in this room, I really wanted to find a way to store the things that they use the most, but in a way that was aesthetically pleasing. So I'm using these 3 bins to store the little bit of toys that they realistically use, all of the books that they actually read, as well as a few sentimental ones, and then bringing in some of those decor elements that are actually special to them, like these little figurines that my son made at school. I found these red draw pulls from Amazon, so I'm adding that for function and color, and as well as these cute little wall hooks, also from Amazon, to highlight, you know, some of their trophies, and as well as storage to put their jiu-jitsu belt, because they can never find them when it's time to go. This tape trick is the easiest way to hang things when you're dealing with multiple holes, so you're not messing with measuring and putting multiple holes in the wall. You want to use the tape, make sure that it's aligned from end to end, and then use a pencil to mark out where those holes are. Level it on the wall, put your nails in, and there goes your level piece. Easy peasy.
I'm guessing it again. I'm guessing it again.
What's your guess?
It's in our room.
You think the surprise is in your room?
Yes.
Okay, we'll see. Who thinks the surprise is in your room? Yeah, obviously it is. Okay. So, what do you think the surprise is?
A bunch of gaming stuff.
Gaming stuff.
Or the bunk bed you ordered 2 years ago.
Okay, what you think, Carter?
I think it would be a clean room.
A clean room?
A clean room. No one knows surprises. That's probably. I'm joking. You actually have like super good surprises, and Maddie's have really good too.
Okay, right. So you ready?
Yep.
On 3.
Both do it. Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Go in.
Oh Lord. Do you like it? Is it just the bunk bed though?
No! Is this a gaming?
It's a setup.
Except now we can't put it on the floor. But still, it's super cool.
You got a whole setup. So what's missing? And what do you do in order to get it? Okay. So is it